Hey guys, just drinking a big old mug of Pyramid Thunderhead. It's pretty good for cheap. I think it was like $2.50 or something at Fred Meyer, which you can find it cheaper at pretty much anywhere else. There's still some left in the bottle. It's such a big bottle. Um, but anyway, down to business. So there's been a lot of talk lately about what the next gen systems are going to be using for games, whether it be discs or downloadable content. And it's gone so far as people are spreading rumors, spreading news or whatever, unconfirmed news that the next Xbox will not have a disk drive at all. I find that really hard to believe. I mean, the argument behind this is that it's been apparent for a while that a lot of people in the video game industry, mostly developers and console manufacturers that have game developers on their side producing games exclusive for their consoles, apparently they want to axe used games altogether. They don't want them around because they don't make money on a used game sale. They don't make a dime from that. So that's why you've been seeing these passes, or whatever you call them, like Gears of War 3 had one, for example, basically, and that Call of Duty Elite thing, I believe is the same sort of deal. So, and I'm fine with some of those passes if they're done right. Like that Gears of War 3 thing saves me a lot of money. I haven't played it as much as I should, because there's too many games. I can't keep up with them. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there are nearly enough people that, one, are connected to the internet at all with their system, with their Xbox or PS3 or whatever, and two, there are some of them that are simply do not have the speed to download a game that may in the future end up being 20 to 50 gigs. Like that Blu-ray disc holds 50 gigs, and I know that stuff is not compressed. Like the audio files are not compressed, the cutscenes are not compressed like they can be on a Xbox game disc, because those are much smaller. Those are 80 opposed to 30 to 50. So I get all that, but discs are cheap. That's why they are using those now instead of like some people are. Why don't we use flash drives? Because they'd run a lot faster than reading a disc, and I wouldn't necessarily have to install into my hard drive and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but discs are way cheap, especially for a Blu-ray can fit so much. It can fit like 50 gigs, and a DVD, even though it only holds 8, printing a few of those won't cost a company much. And speaking of games that have a lot of discs, like it would be convenient if, Microsoft's gonna have to do something next generation with their what they're using for their disc, or for whatever they're putting their game onto, because DVD will not fly next generation. It's hardly working now. You have games like Rage that are apparently like 3 discs from whatever, and even and swapping discs is, some people say, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to swap discs. And I'm like, well, it's not about laziness, it's about you're immersed in this game, and then out of nowhere comes this prompt, boop, please insert disc 2. It totally pulls you out of the experience. It cheapens the feel and the atmosphere that the developer is trying to produce for you. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I think it just hurts the game all around. So Microsoft's gonna have to do something. The real question is, are they crazy enough to pay Sony for a Blu-ray drive every console they make? I don't think so. I don't think it would be a bad idea to bring back HD DVD just for games. Some people laughed at me when I said that. I'm like, why they already got that tech there? Like they won't have to invent anything new. Um, you know, they're not going to try to bring back HD DVD movies, obviously. Um, so I think that would work. But like as far as like making a console with no disc drive whatsoever, that would be hard. Like I could see the only real argument that I think could work would be, well, you know, all these guys over here that are not connected online, they're not buying DLC. They're not purchasing anything from the marketplace. So screw those guys. We'll make a whole lot more money if we force more people online, and those people that don't go with them, that's fine. The people that go will make enough money for us. That's the only argument I could see that they would want to make out of all of this. And even that is kind of hard to believe. So yeah, I don't know. It would be cool to see two different models, one without a disk drive and one with. But the difficulty is, like, if they try to sell their games like they're in the future, like they're doing now, have you looked at Xbox Live Marketplace for buying like a big budget game, like a game that was on disc? They're always like double the price as just buying it used. They always show up super late. They're rarely there on day one, if ever. I don't think I could ever think of one. And it's not like Steam, where you know how many games I have that I would not have bought if they weren't super cheap on Steam. I mean, that's led me to buying games that I've never played on Steam. I mean, not enough at least. So I mean, just make your game, have a sale every now and again, a real sale. The sales on Xbox Live really aren't that fantastic, especially not compared to Steam. So I think they should take notes from Steam, do what they're doing, have content for cheap every now and again. Then maybe people will care. But it's like, if they try to sell games for the kind of prices that they're selling now, if they try to do that in the future, I'm not interested. I mean, with the fact that the rumors going around that the Xbox 720 and the PS4 aren't going to be that technologically advanced, I may just throw some new hardware on my PC and just keep using that. Like, I really don't play my Xbox and PS3. I just got my PS3 and I use it for Blu-ray movies mostly. I got Uncharted 3 and Killzone 3 I haven't beaten. I started Killzone 2 and didn't think it was very fun. Didn't beat it. But I'm playing my PC, anytime I'm playing games, most of the time I'm playing games, it could be on my PC. It's just because, Steam Online is great, and using Skype is great, and Xbox chat's kind of horrible. Everyone sounds like, when you compare it to Skype, there's just such a huge difference. Anyway, I digress. But if you ask me, no, I don't think it'd be smart for them to release a discless system unless they're that desperate to get people online buying their DLC, buying whatever. And unless they're that desperate to get rid of used game sales, it just doesn't seem. It seems way too early. Internet speeds aren't enough, and a lot of people don't have internet in their area. You're out in the sticks, you may not even have internet. So yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of droning out at this point. That's just what I feel about this whole future of video game distribution.